And good afternoon, everyone. Hello, Whalers Nation. Welcome to the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV's presentation of Nantucket Whalers Athletics. We are coming to you live from the John J. O'Neill Gymnasium at Nantucket High School, as today the Nantucket Whalers ladies volleyball team takes on the Nauset Regional High School Warriors. I'm DC Collins along with Charles Douglas, Sean Davis, Olivia Nascimento, and Chloe Remick here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection YouTube and Comcast Channel 1072. Before we get to our game preview, let's thank our founding underwriter for sports on the NSC and NCTV, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation. They have made the students of Nantucket High School a priority of their philanthropic efforts and have continued those efforts with their support of our broadcast. The Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, proud supporters of Nantucket Whalers Athletics.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Myrick O'Connell, attorney at law, providing legal services for Massachusetts residents for over a century. Learn more at myrickoconnell.com.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for three. Got it! Huge shot from Cup. He's got it! He's got it!
Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV over the past few years have done countless broadcasts that are both exciting and professional.
Shot, score! Jack Halleck!
I support NCTV's Nantucket Sports Connection because it's a great opportunity to reach island families, support students, and our local television station.
Back here at Nantucket High School as we get you set for girls volleyball today. The Whalers taking on Nauset Regional. We are waiting for the officials to arrive, so a bit of a delay as we extend our pregame coverage here on the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV. I'm Dave Collins. Thanks for joining us here this afternoon on NCTV, Comcast Channel 1072, and also YouTube as well. I want to thank the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, a proud supporter of Whalers Athletics, and also these fine sponsors as well. The Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, Highline Cruises, Myrick O'Connell, attorneys at law. Also the Chicken Box located on Dave Street. Max Stone will be performing at the Chicken Box this Friday and Saturday night. Tom Hanlon Landscaping, also the Community Foundation for Nantucket, Fisher Real Estate, and the Cape Cod 5 Foundation. Well, the Whalers struggling a bit this fall season. They are 2-10, but they are still in the hunt for a postseason berth. With the latest rankings, the Whalers are in the 21st spot, which, as long as they stay in the top 32, they will play in a postseason game, most likely on the road, though. Nantucket won its second match of the season last week over Cape Cod Academy, but back-to-back losses to Falmouth and Barnstable in straight sets. For the Warriors of Nauset Regional, they are 6-8 on the season, and they are on the outside of the postseason tournament scenario looking in. These two teams met off-island a few weeks ago, back on September 23rd, with the Whalers losing a close one, 3-2. Key players to watch for the Whalers this afternoon: Leah Crowley, also Vicky Tordorova, Rihanna Cranston, and Mag Gonzalez. And also, in addition, a freshman has stepped up onto the varsity squad for the Whalers. She is number 28, Quinn Canty. We will return to Nantucket High School with our first serve in just a few moments as we wait for the officials to get here. A reminder, we've got a doubleheader for you tomorrow here on the NSC and NCTV. Girls volleyball, they will be here with Kobe Lucas starting around 4:30. They'll take on Cape Cod Academy. That'll be on YouTube, also the NSC and Comcast Channel 8. Football back in action tomorrow, 5:30 kickoff at Vito Capizzo Stadium. Chris Morris, Dick Herman, and all the gang on the call as DY, the Dolphins, will come to the island to take on the Whalers. The football game starts at 5:30, and we'll have that for you on Comcast Channel 1072, NCTV, and the Nantucket Sports Connection. We've got a timeout as we are still waiting for the officials to arrive. We'll give you the starting lineups in the first serve coming up in only moments right here on the NSC and NCTV.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in, and being part of a team. Falling, but getting back up.
And way under control. Quick shot.
It's about being part of the culture, friendships, experience. But ultimately, it's about being on the ice. Located in the heart of the island, it's about being a future for our youth, our families, our community. Come join us. Be a part of our community.
And back here at Nantucket High School, a little bit of a delay as the officials were a bit late arriving here to Nantucket as we get you set for Nantucket Whalers girls volleyball against Nauset Regional, the Warriors and the Whalers today here on NCTV and also the Nantucket Sports Connection on YouTube and also on Comcast Channel 1072. Now tomorrow we've got a doubleheader, girls volleyball again against Cape Cod Academy. Start time approximately 4:15. That will be on the Nantucket Sports Connection, also Comcast Channel 8. We've got football tomorrow as well, as the Whalers football team will be at Vito Capizzo Stadium taking on the DY Dolphins. Kickoff set for 5:30. That game will be on the Nantucket Sports Connection and also broadcast live on Comcast Channel 1072. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon on the NSC and NCTV. I'd like to thank our sponsors as well. They are the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, also Highline Cruises, Myrick O'Connell, attorneys at law, also the Chicken Box on Dave Street. Max Stone, the cover band, will be performing Friday and Saturday nights starting around 10:30 at the Chicken Box. Tom Hanlon Landscaping, also the Community Foundation for Nantucket, Fisher Real Estate, and Cape Cod 5 Foundation. As we mentioned, Nantucket's struggling this season. They are 2-10 overall, 0-6 in conference play under head coach Michaela Lyons. And for the Nauset Regional High School Warriors under Sonny Tyndall, they come in with a record of 6-8 and 1-4. And believe it or not, even with the 2-10 record, Nantucket still in the power rankings is 21st. Top 32 teams make it to the postseason, so Nantucket still has a chance to qualify for a playoff matchup later on next month if they can string together a few wins. Last three matches for Nantucket. They lost against Barnstable back on Monday. Also lost against Falmouth on the 3rd of October. And their last win came against Cape Cod Academy, and that was back on September 30th. For Nauset Regional, their last game was a loss against DY on Monday. Then on the 4th of October, they lost against Sturgis East. Their last match win was on October 2nd, and that was against Rising Tide. So thank you very much for joining us here on the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV. I'm DC Collins along with Charles Douglas, also Sean Davis Olivia Nascimento and Chloe Remick. In addition to the Nantucket team, freshman Quinn Canty has moved up from the JV squad, and she will be wearing number 28 for the Whalers, seeing her first action on the varsity squad for Nantucket in this match coming up here at Nantucket High School. NCTV, the Nantucket Sports Connection, also YouTube is where you can find us. Coming up after this match on NCTV Comcast Channel 8 will be the select board meeting starting at approximately 5:30. Charles in charge of that. And tomorrow, a reminder, we've got girls volleyball at 4:15 and also the football team in action at 5:30 against DY at Vito Capizzo Stadium here on the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV. Good afternoon and welcome to Nantucket High School for this afternoon's matchup between the Nauset Regional Warriors and your Nantucket Whalers. Before we begin, we would like to remind everyone that this is an MIAA-sanctioned event. We expect our players, coaches, and fans to represent their schools and communities with the utmost respect, integrity, and sportsmanship. Ensure that your behaviors reflect the values that should be identified with these student athletes. Assume responsibility for your behavior and the behavior of those around you. If you require assistance, please call upon a school or security official. And now for today's starting lineups. First, for the Nauset Regional Warriors, a senior, number 1, Liv Richards. A junior, number 3, Annika Valley. A senior, number 6, Faye Adams. A senior, number 7, Carly Brand. A senior, number 9, Addie Kelsey. A senior and captain, number 10, Adriana Morgan. And a sophomore, number 21, Sophia Quinton. And now the starting lineups for your Nantucket Whalers. A senior, number 2, Lyric Pearl. A senior, number 3, Leah Crowley. A senior, number 4, Rihanna Cranston. Also a senior, number 8, Victoria Tordova. A senior, number 15, Magdalise Gonzalez. And a senior, number 23, Ashley Vizioli. The head coach for Nauset is Sunny Tyndall, and the head coach for Nantucket is Michaela Lyons. Our great nation is preserved through the leadership and sacrifices of men and women who have served or are currently serving in our armed forces. We invite both veterans and current military personnel to stand as we thank them for their service to our country. Now at this time, we invite all to stand and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Back here on the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV, I'm DC Collins. Thanks so much for joining us A little bit of a late start time here. We were scheduled for the first serve at 3:30, starting just about 4 o'clock. Nauset Regional High School, the Warriors taking on the Nantucket Whalers. Coach Sunny Tyndall says that her team just needs to focus a little bit more. Make sure the back line gets it up to the front line. Just basic fundamentals right now, as they have lost their last 2 out of 3. Nauset comes in with a record of 6-8 and 1-4 in conference play. For Nantucket, a struggle all season. They are 2-10, 0-6 in conference play, but still, as of right now, eligible for postseason play. Nantucket in their white jerseys with blue numerals and letters. They'll be on the right side of your screen here for this first set. Nauset in their black jerseys with gold numerals and letters. Best of 5, first team to 3 sets will win the match today. As we are just about set to go, Kayla Lyons giving her team some final instructions. Official set to go as well. And we are glad you could join us here on the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV Channel 1072. Tomorrow, the same girls on the volleyball team will be in action against Cape Cod Academy. Colby Lewis will have the call. And Chris Morris, Dick Herman, and the boys will be over at Vito Capizzo Stadium. DY comes to town to take on the Whalers football team, 5:30 tomorrow afternoon here on NCTV. So we are set to go, underway. Nantucket controls and gets the first point of the first set, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Whalers. And a substitution as Mariana Silva comes in for Ashley Vizioli. And to serve is Mariana Silva for the Whalers on the right-hand side of your screen. Gets it to the back, and nice attempt there by Adriana Morgan. Couldn't control it, though, so it's quickly a 2-0 lead for the Whalers. First team to 25 points will win the set. Best 3 out of 5 sets wins the match, and you must win by 2. Next serve by Silva, and that is a little bit too far. So the Warriors pick up the point. Oh, no, they'll say it's... And the Warriors picked up the point, 2-1. They have corrected the scoreboard here at Nantucket. This one hit over there by Crowley. Now for Nauset, spike attempt. Nice job there by Brand. Good job of digging out by Todorova. Nantucket gets it over the net. Nauset looking for the spike as they try to set up Valley. And she gets the winner, as now we're tied at 2 here in the first set. Nauset to serve. This is Addie Kelsey wearing number 9 for the Warriors. Kelsey gets it over. And that one is knocked away by Nantucket. A deflection goes out of bounds. So the Warriors with their first lead of the match, 3-2 here in the first set. And Kelsey to serve again for the Warriors. And that one goes out of bounds, so Nantucket picks up the point and the serve. And we are tied at 3 here in the first set. Leah Crowley, number 3, the senior for Nantucket, to serve from the back line. Over the net and gets the ace. Little miscommunication there between Brand and Quinton. They let it fall to the floor, and Nantucket regains the lead 4-3 here in the first set. Back to Crowley for the serve for the Whalers. And that one doesn't make it over the net, so the point in the serve goes to Nauset, and we are tied at 4. Substitution for Nauset as the junior Stella Smith, number 8, comes in, and Faye Adams, number 6, the senior, will step to the bench. Smith checks in, ready to serve for Nauset, tied at 4 here in the first set. Smith with the jump serve. Todorova gets that out. Miscommunication for the Whalers as that falls to the ground. And so Nauset back on top, 5-4 here in the first set. Smith again to serve for the Warriors. Another jump serve from Smith. Gets it over. Todorova digs it out. That one hits the antenna from Nantucket, and so the point will be awarded to Nauset And they have jumped out to a 6-4 lead here in the first set, best of 5. Smith again to jump serve for Nauset. Gets it over. Goes off the hands of Gonzalez. And way back to the back line and out of bounds. Another point, though, for Nauset, as the Warriors have racked off 3 in a row here. Smith for the Warriors with another jump serve. Gets that a bit too far, and it goes over the end line, out of bounds. And Nantucket regains the serve, grabs the point. They trail 7-5. Substitution for the Whalers as Gonzalez steps out. And the sophomore, Julie Pyers, steps in for Nantucket. Here's Lyric Pearl to serve. Gets this one over. Hit across by Quinton, and she can't get it over the net, though. And it bounces on the Nauset side, so another point for Nantucket. They trail 7-6. Number 2, Lyric Pearl with the serve once again. Quinton with the hit. Sent over there by Richards. Nantucket trying to control, and a whistle, and point goes this time to Nauset, as I believe someone for the Whalers was in the net. So 8-6 the score here in the first set. Nauset with the lead and the serve. This is Carly Brand, the senior, number 7 for Nauset. Serving, and it's out of bounds. And so Nantucket will pick up the point and the serve. Another substitution this time. As Vizioli checks back in, Mariana Silva will head to the bench for the Whalers. Brianna Cranston, the senior, wearing number 4 for Nantucket to serve. Gets that one into the net, so Nauset regains the point and the serve, and they lead 9-7. Valley comes out for Nauset. Back in, Addie Kelsey. To serve is Morgan. That one hits the antenna, so Nantucket will pick up the point and the serve. 9-8 Warriors on top. Victoria Todorova, the senior, to serve. Hit on the back line by Morgan. Gets it over. Spiked there by Kelsey. Good save by Nantucket. Hit over that time by Vizioli. On the far side, sending that one long, is Quinton. So the Whalers pick up the point, and now we're all tied up at 9 apiece here in the first set. Todorova wasting no time getting the ball back. Ready to serve for the Whalers. Gets it to the back line, set up there by Smith. Smashed over that time by Quinton. Hit it where they ain't. And Quinton found an opening and sent it home. So 10-9. Nauset regains the lead. Smith checks out for Nauset. This will be the senior, number 1, Olivia Richards, to serve for the Warriors. Richards gets it over. Todorova with the bump on the back line. Now Cranston hits it, deflects off the net. A big break for the Whalers as it falls to the ground, and we're tied at 10 here in the first set. And Magdalis Gonzalez checks in. Pyers, the sophomore, will check out as she gives the high five to Coach Michaela Lyons for Nantucket. This is Gonzalez, number 15, the senior for the Whalers, to serve. Tied at 10 here in the first set. Gets it over, that one goes long, and little miss hit there by Morgan for Nauset. And now the Whalers back on top, 11-10. Whalers with a 2-10 record overall, 0-6 in league play. 6-8 is the overall record for Nauset. They're 1-4 in league play. Both teams come in losing 2 out of their last 3 matches. To the far side, that one tapped off balance there by Nauset, by Adams. But they do collect the point. And so Nauset will have another serve. This is Sophia Quinton, the sophomore. Bumped on the back line by Cranston. Todorova with a bump, and now it's bumped over by Visioli. Also looking for the spike. Can't get anything going. That's Adams who sends it over. Tapped over that time by Crowley for the Whalers. And now with the left hand, that's Archer. Adams with a block, actually the block by Kelsey. And so the Warriors will pick up the point, and they recapture the lead 12-11 here in the first set. Quinton to serve once again. Jump serve goes to the back line. Bump there by Gonzalez into the net, though, and Nauset picks up another point, 13-11, Warriors on top. Quinton with a pretty effective jump serve. We saw it earlier in this set. Gets it over. That is hit by Cranston. Todorova tries to save it. Bumped over by Pearl. Nauset looking for the spike as they're trying to set up Kelsey. Instead, though, it's Brand with a big spike. Deflected off of Nantucket. And Nauset 3 points in a row, and a timeout will be called by the Whalers. As Nauset has jumped out to 3 points in a row, 14-11. They lead the Whalers. A reminder, coming up tomorrow, these same Whalers girls will be in action against Cape Cod Academy. Colby Lewis will have the call for you here on the Nantucket Sports Connection and Comcast Channel 8. Other part of our crew will be over at Vito Capizzo Stadium as the Whalers football team looks to get back on the winning side. They'll take on DY. The Dolphins come to the island 5:30 tomorrow for the kickoff right here on the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV and Comcast Channel 1072. 14-11 our score. Warriors on top of the Whalers. Warriors to serve after they've rattled off 3 straight points here, courtesy of Sophia Quinton, the sophomore, wearing number 21, with the jump serve. Whalers trying to rally here with head coach Michaela Lyons. Sonny Tyndall is the head coach for Nauset from the Cape. Quinton to serve once again. 14-11, Warriors on top here in the first set, best of 5. Quinton with the jump serve. Set there by Cranston. Pearl carried it. Used her hands too much to carry the ball, and so 4 points in a row for Nauset, and they extend their lead 15-11. Quinton gets it over the net. Smacked over there by Pearl. That one goes out, or stays in rather. And so another point for Nauset. Remember, we were tied at 11 just a few moments ago. 16-11 now the score. Quinton with another jump serve, sends that one long. And so Nantucket able to stop the bleeding. And so Visioli will come out and Silva back in, and she will serve for the Whalers. Silva gets it over, mishit by Quinton. And the Whalers finally get a point on their serve. And now they're back to within 3. 16-13 Nauset here in the first set at Nantucket. Silva hits it long, dug out there by Morgan. Spike opportunity for Brand. She's blocked right at the net by Crowley. Great play by Leah Crowley. And Nantucket now on a bit of a roll as they've crawled to within 2 points, trailing 16-14. But the Whalers with 3 straight points here in this first set. Silva gets it over. Quinton from the back line, bumped over there by Brand for Nauset. Nantucket looking for the spike. Cranston wasn't really in good position. Now Nauset with the opportunity. That's spiked over there by Adams. Good rally right here, longest rally we've seen all match so far. Great dig right there by Quinton. Keeps it alive, bumped over there by Richards. Now on the Nantucket side. Smashed home that time by Crowley again. Back-to-back great points by Crowley for the Whalers. And Nantucket with 4 straight points, back to within 1, trailing 16-15 here in the first set. As Nauset will send in Lexi McWilliams, number 11. Quinton comes out. McWilliams, a senior, seeing her first action this afternoon. And again, Silva on the serve for Nantucket. Off to the far side, batted over there by Brand. Nantucket with an opportunity. That's Crowley once again. Also with the save. Sent over by Kelsey. Here's Cranston. Trying to tap it to an empty area. Saved by Richards. Bumped over there by Brand for Nauset. Another good rally upcoming here. Here's Crowley with the opportunity. She's in the net though. And so Nauset will pick up the point. Or no. They'll say Nauset was in the net. So one of the Warriors touched the net. And now Nantucket has tied it up with 5 straight points. We're all even at 16 apiece here in the first set. Silva to serve once again. That one bumped up there by Brand to the back line. Bumped over by Kelsey. Good job by Pearl. Todorova with a backwards bump to get it over the net. Here's Nantucket with an opportunity here. Cranston just taps it over. Nauset now with the spike attempt by Brand. Good job right there by Todorova to set herself up in good position. Here's Cranston with the spike. That's great. Oh, what a great sequence there for the Whalers as they jump out to a 1-point lead, 17-16 here in the first set. Nantucket feeling it right now, getting some cheers and applause and some smiles from across the way from their fans. Here's Silva with another serve. And that one goes off the fingertips of Brand. And Nantucket now with 7 straight points to take the lead, 18-16. Nauset forced to call a timeout. Whalers with 7 straight points in a row and a 2-point lead, 18-16 here in the first set, best of 5. Again, let's say thank you to our sponsors here all season long for girls volleyball on the NSC. The Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV. They do include the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation. Also Highline Cruises, Myrick O'Connell, Attorneys at Law. Also the Chicken Box, Max Tone. The cover band will be performing at the Chicken Box this Friday and Saturday evening, starting at around 10:30 on Dave Street. Tom Hanlon Landscaping, also the Community Foundation for Nantucket. Fisher Real Estate, and the Cape Cod 5 Foundation. Cape Cod 5 Foundation and all of our sponsors. We thank you so much for supporting Whalers Athletics here on the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV. So the timeout taken by Nauset. Whalers called a timeout earlier in this set. Whalers with the lead, 18-16 here in the first set, best of 5. They've rattled off 7 straight points in a row. And Silva will do the honors for the Whalers, serving once again. Silva gets it over. Spike opportunity for Brand, just taps it over this time. Todorova bumps it high in the air. Sent over that time by Crowley. Nauset with the opportunity here, and that one is hit into the net by Kelsey with the deflection, though, and makes it over. Nauset stops the bleeding as they get the serve and the point. And now they trail 18-17. Cranston taps it over, deflected, and that one will land out of bounds. And the Whalers will pick up the point. 19-17 Whalers. Here's Crowley to serve for the Whalers. Opportunity here, that time Adams sends it over, and it deflects off of, looks like Silva. And Nauset with another point. Substitution now as Adams will come out and Smith will go back in for the Warriors. Smith to serve for Nauset. Bumped in the air by Gonzalez. Hit high in the air that time by Pearl. Cranston will get it over for the Whalers. Spike opportunity here. No, tapped over by Brand. Cranston sends it right back, though. Good communication on the Nauset side. Cranston has to hit it over with her left hand. A little too far out of her reach. And she had to sort of reach back in the sky for it. Couldn't get it over. And Nauset now ties it up at 19 here in the first set. Smith to serve for the Warriors. Pearl gets it over the net for the Whalers. And a point for the Whalers. It looks like it was a carry charged against Nauset. So Nantucket back on top, 20-19. Another substitution as Pyers steps back in. Gonzalez to the bench for the Whalers. This is the senior Lyric Pearl to serve. Pearl hits the top of the net. It does not go over. So Nauset will get the point and the serve. Again, first team to 25 will win the set. Best 3 out of 5. Lexi McWilliams comes out. And Sophia Quinton back in for Nauset to serve. It's Brand. Todorova with the bump over to Pearl. Todorova will push it over the net. Set up there by Richards for Nauset. Spike by Quinlan. That's blocked. Great deflection right there by Nantucket on the block. They get the point. And so the Whalers up 21-20. Silva comes out. Vizioli back in. And Cranston to serve for Nantucket, leading 21-20. Cranston gets it over. Set up there for Quinton. And it goes out. So the Whalers with a 22-20 lead. Cranston to serve for Nantucket once again. Goes to the back line and unable to save that one is Richards. A bit too far out of her reach. So Nantucket now with a 23-20 lead here in the first set. Crowd cheering a little bit louder across the way for the Whalers. Cranston with the serve, gets it right into the net though, so Nauset picks up the point and the serve as they trail 23-21. Adriana Morgan, number 10, the senior, to serve. Back in is Addie Kelsey. Todorova with the bump from the back line to Pearl. Tapped over that time by Boskova. Good save there by Cranston. Nantucket gets it over and they get the point. And they are 1 point away from winning the first set with a 24-21 lead. Crowley checks in, Boskova checks out. Todorova with set point on her fingertips here. 24-21 Whalers here in the first set. They can win it with this point here. Looking to set up the spike. That's Quinton, just taps it over. Cranston with a good dive, but that goes out of bounds. And so Nauset will get the serve. As they crawl to within 2, they trail 24-22. Adams in and Smith out for the Warriors. Still, it's set point for Nantucket as the Whalers lead 24-22 here in the first set. This is Richards to serve. Pearl trying to set it up. This one knocked to the back line. Morgan right there. Bumped over that time by Kelsey. Pearl, another set. Tapped over there by Vizioli. Nauset now controls. And sent over. It deflects off of Pearl, out of bounds. So Nauset gets the point, and they trail by 1, 24-23. Richards with the serve. Crowd across the way chanting, "Let's go Whalers." Trying to will their team on. Here's Richards with the serve. Hit by Cranston on the back line. Set up, blocked at the net. It falls over. Nantucket still has control of it, though. Sent to the back, that's Brand. They try to set up Quinton. That one deflects and lands on the Nantucket side. So Nauset gets the point. We are tied at 24. Richards now feeling some momentum as she gets set to serve for the Warriors. Sent over, Cranston from the back line. Pearl sends it over. This one hit all the way to the back line. Nice job there by Adams. 25-24, and now Nauset with set point. Just a moment ago, the Whalers had set point. Have to win by 2 points to win the set. Richards has set point on her fingertips here for Nauset. And a timeout called by the Whalers just as Richards was ready to serve. They're trying to ice the server right here. So Nantucket calls their second timeout of the set. Nauset has already used one. 25-24 Warriors here in the first set. Team has to win by 2. And it's a race to the first 3 out of 5. Nantucket comes in with a record of 2-10 overall, 0-6 in league play. Nauset 6-8, 1-4 in league play. Both teams have lost their last 2 out of 3 matches. So a pivotal first set here at Nantucket. 25-24 Nauset, first set. Richards to serve for the Warriors. So after the timeout called by the Whalers, we are set to go. Again, a moment ago, Richards was in the motion of serving, and Nantucket called timeout. Michaela Lyons went to the official and said timeout. So here we go, set point for the Warriors. Sent to the back line and out of bounds. Oh, wow. Todorova made a hesitant decision to let it go, and it landed out of bounds by just a few inches. So now we are tied at 25, and Nantucket with the opportunity to serve. Magdalise Gonzalez from the back line for the Whalers. Gets it over. Tap back by Crowley, and Nauset lets it drop. And so now the Whalers with set point, 26-25. Gonzalez to serve for the set for Nantucket. They lead 26-25. Gets it over. And Richards can't get it over. Nantucket wins the first set, 27-25. Oh, hard fought. Both teams rattled off about 5 or 6 points in the middle of that set, but Nantucket prevails 27-25, and they take a 1-0 lead in the best of 5 sets. We'll take an extended timeout. Be back with the second set here on Nantucket. Whalers win the first one, 27-25. Second set coming your way right after these words here on the NSC and NCTV.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Myrick O'Connell, attorney at law, providing legal services for Massachusetts residents for over a century. Learn more at myrickoconnell.com.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
And welcome back to John J. O'Neill Gymnasium here at Nantucket High School. Whalers win the first set 27-25 over Nauset. We are just about set for the second set. Best set of 5 will win the match. And a reminder, we've got more girls volleyball tomorrow as the Whalers will take on Cape Cod Academy approximately 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Colby Lewis will have the call here on the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV Channel 8. That's because, our NCTV and Comcast Channel 8, that's because on Comcast Channel 1072, we've got high school football for you. DY comes to town. Dolphins will take on the Whalers from Vito Capizzo Stadium. 5:30, the expected kickoff tomorrow night with Chris Morris, Dick Herman, and the rest of the gang on NCTV, Nantucket Sports Connection, and Comcast Channel 1072. Want to thank the sponsors of today's events on the NSC and NCTV. They do include the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, Highline Cruises, Myrick O'Connell, attorneys at law, the Chicken Box, Max Tone performing at the Chicken Box this Friday and Saturday night, starting at approximately 10:30. Tom Hanlon Landscaping, Community Foundation for Nantucket, Fisher Real Estate, and also the Cape Cod 5 Foundation. I'm D.C. Collins, as we say thanks to Charles Douglas, also Sean Davis, our producer, Olivia Nascimento, and Chloe Remick. Today's crew here on the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV. So the Whalers win the first set 27-25. Set number 2 about to begin with the Whalers serving. There on the left-hand side of your screen in the white jerseys with blue numerals and letters. Nauset in their away black jerseys with gold numerals and letters. It'll be Bianca Santos, the senior. It is Magdalis Gonzalez to serve for Nantucket, and the first point awarded to Nauset. 1-0 lead for the Warriors. Warriors have lost 2 in a row. Monday they fell to DY, and last week they fell to Sturgis East. Their last win was a week ago today against Rising Tide. They are 6-8 overall, 1-4 in conference play. Nantucket 2-10 in overall, 0-6 in league play. They lost to Barnstable on Monday, Falmouth last week, and also Cape Cod Academy. That's the one they won on September 30th. And that one is hit out of bounds. Last touch by Richards for Nauset. So we are tied at 1. As Silva will come in for Visioli for the Whalers. Silva to serve for Nantucket. Silva starts way back for the Whalers. And we'll step into that serve. Spike opportunity here for Nauset. Tapped over by Brand. Here's Cranston with the spike opportunity. It's deflected but out of bounds. Adams and Kelsey went up to block her. And it deflects out of bounds, and the Whalers grab the point. They're up 2-1 here in set number 2. Silva with the serve to the back line. Morgan there to get it. Now spike opportunity. Go. Some mustard on that one by Brand. As she sends it home, and we're tied at 2. This is Kelsey to get it over for Nauset. Pearl right there. Gets it back to Tortorova, who sends it over for the Whalers. Bumped over by Valley. Pearl with the set once again. Tortorova will smack it over. Good dig by Tortorova. Ball kept alive. Here's Cranston with the spike. Pearl hits it. And that one, a great job. Good opportunity there for Brand. Didn't expect it coming her way. And sent it towards the back line. Kept it in bounds. And the point goes to the Warriors. They're up 3-2 here in the second set. Kelsey to serve once again. Gets it over. Tortorova tries to dig it out. Goes out of bounds into the stands. And so now a 4-2 lead for Nauset. Kelsey, the senior, to serve. Gets this one over. Pearl sets it up, tries to get it to Cranston. She has to bump it over. Didn't get high enough. Pearl once again with the bump. Cranston with the spike, and that lands in. And the Whalers pick up the point and get the serve back as Nantucket trails 4-3. Todorova out. And Victoria Boskova, the sophomore, back in. Here's Leah Crowley to serve. Into the net, though. Missed opportunity there for Nantucket. And Nauset gets it back as Crowley checks out. And Todorova back in. Here's Smith, who just checked back in for the Warriors, to serve. 5-3 lead for Nauset here in set number 2. Nantucket won the first set, 27-25. Here's the serve. Bumped from the back line by Gonzalez. Sent over that time by Pearl into the net for Nauset. So the Whalers get the point in the serve, trailing 5-4. Another substitution now as Pyers checks in. And Gonzalez goes out. Pearl with the high serve. Almost a rainbow serve right there. And it mixed up Nauset just a bit. So they couldn't control, so Nantucket with the point. Lyric Pearl wearing number 2, the senior for Nantucket, with the serve. And that one hits the top of the net but falls on the Nantucket side. So Nauset picks up the point and the serve once again. 6-5 Warriors here in the second set. Brand to serve. To the back line. Pearl with the set. And a little miscommunication there between Pyers and Silva as to who was going to bump it over. And so Nauset gets the point. Here's Brand. Bumped over by Cranston. Also with an opportunity here. Great dig there by Todorova. And it falls on the Nantucket side. A little too close to the net. So the Warriors with another point. Here's Brand to serve for the Warriors. Cranston just taps it over. And sent right into the net as Lexi McWilliams didn't give it enough height. And so Nantucket gets the point. Vizioli back in. Silva back out. Cranston, the senior, to serve for Nantucket. To the back line, set up there by Smith. And a good opportunity. Almost looked like it was going to be out of the reach of McWilliams, but she sent it over. And it falls to the court. And so Nauset with another point as Kelsey checks back in. This is Morgan to serve. Cranston from the back line. Todorova has to bump it over. And that one sent way too far by Kelsey and out of bounds. So Nantucket with the point in the serve. 9-7 lead for Nauset here in set number 2. Nantucket won the first set 27-25. Crowley back in. And Boskova steps out for Nantucket. Sent over there by McWilliams, but that's way too far and out of bounds. And so Nantucket draws to within 1 point, 9-8, they trail. Oh, great job by Crowley just to tap it over. Nobody there for Nauset to try to retrieve it. And so we're tied at 9 here in set number 2. Victoria Todorova, the senior, to serve once again. Bumped over by Morgan. Pearl had it, almost a double hit right there. Also with the spike opportunity. Blocked by Crowley, but just enough on it, McWilliams. Crowley went up for the block, hit it, but it fell to the court. And so the point awarded to Nauset. (10-9) Warriors here in the second set. Jump serve that time by Richards. Spike opportunity there by Vizioli. Good save by Nauset. As they bump it over, that's Brand. To the back line. Pearl trying to set up Crowley. Crowley hits it over, and it goes off the fingertips of McWilliams. And the Whalers grab the point, and that knots us up at 10 apiece. Pyers out and Gonzalez back in. Gonzalez to serve for the Whalers. Opportunity here for Adams. Taps it over. Pearl with the save. Crowley taps it over for Nantucket. And that goes into the net. Kelsey tried to spike it, but the Whalers get the point, and now Nantucket on top, 11-10 here in set number 2. Gonzalez gets it over, and tapped over by Crowley. Oh, great job right there with her height reaching over the net. And Nantucket grabs another point. They're up 12-10. Sent long, Morgan with the bump. And sent over that time by Kelsey. And so Nauset will regain the serve and grab the point, and they trail 12-11. McWilliams. And a whistle as it was a double hit charged against Pearl. So we're tied at 12 now. McWilliams to serve for the Warriors. Cranston from the back line to Pearl. Pearl's set went over the net. And that one by Todorova, she had to bump it looking away from the net. Didn't make it over. And so now Nauset recaptures the lead. 13-12 here in the second set. Nantucket won the first set 27-25. That one bumped over by Cranston. Pearl. Todorova just pushes it over. At the net. Spike opportunity. Great job there by Adams for Nauset. And now the Warriors rattle off a few points in a row. And Michaela Williams, the coach for Nantucket, has seen enough for now and calls timeout to try to stop the bleeding for the Whalers. 14-12. Nauset on top here in the second set. Nantucket leads in the best of 5, 1-0 as they won set number 1, 27-25. More girls volleyball tomorrow for you here on the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV. Colby Lewis will have the call at approximately 4:15. Cape Cod Academy takes on Nantucket. And we've got high school football for you tomorrow. 5:30, the scheduled kickoff from Vito Capizzo Stadium as the Whalers will host DY as the Dolphins come to the island. Chris Morris, Dick Herman, and the entire gang will have the call on that one. Volleyball will air on NCTV Channel 8 for the entire match. The football game between DY and the Whalers tomorrow starting at 5:30 will air entirely on Comcast Channel 1072. Both games available through the Nantucket Sports Connection on YouTube if you want to do a split screen tomorrow afternoon. So after the timeout called by Nantucket here in the second set, they lead 1-0 in the best of 5. Nauset leading this set 14-12. As that one is bumped over, blocked by Nauset. Opportunity again for Nantucket, spiked from the back line by Todorova. Here's Cranston with it for Nantucket. To the near side, tapped over there by Vizioli, and she gets the point. Attempt there by McWilliams to save it. And so the Whalers, after the timeout, they do stop the bleeding. They get the serve back, they get the point. Silva to serve for Nantucket, trailing 14-13. Oh, nice job by Morgan. Had the initial hit, then had to get up off her knees to get back up and hit it over. And so Nauset collects the point. 15-13 Warriors. Morgan out and Valley back in. Kelsey to serve. And that one hit out of bounds towards us here at our broadcast position by the Whalers. And so Nauset with a 16-13 lead. That went sent over, but out of bounds. It looked like it went off the side of the hand of Kelsey. And so Nantucket will regain the lead, or regain the serve rather, still trailing 16-14. Here's Crowley, the senior, to serve for the Whalers. And that one, a nice job of Carly Brand to hit it towards the back line, keep it in bounds. And so Nauset gets the point, 17-14. Here's Smith to serve. With the jump serve, gets it right into the net. Doesn't make it over. So Nantucket gets it back and gets the point. Pyers back in for the Whalers. Gonzalez checks out. And here's Lyric Pearl to serve for Nantucket. Bump there by McWilliams and out of bounds. They couldn't handle it. So Nantucket with another point. You'll notice with Pearl on her serve, kind of a high arcing serve that goes over the net. And that one tips the net, but goes out of bounds. And so Nauset will regain. 18-16 Warriors lead here in set number 2. Nantucket won the first set 27-25. This is Brand to serve. Hit high in the air by Pearl. Cranston bumps it over. Opportunity here for Nauset. The spike hits off the top of the net. Pearl with a bump, but it goes out of bounds. Silva couldn't chase it down, and so Nauset gets another point. 19-16 Warriors with the lead. This is Brand to serve for Nauset. Todorova digs it out. Cranston now will just have to bump it over for the Whalers. Tapped into the net by McWilliams. Couldn't get enough on it to get it over. And so the Whalers grab the point. Vizioli back in, Silva out for Nantucket. This is Cranston once again. Oh, Cranston and Todorova got tangled up. Todorova, oh, good save for the Whalers. Nauset with the opportunity, though. Tapped over to Pearl, and Nantucket was into the net, so Nauset grabs the point. Good hustle, good effort, though, by Nantucket. Little miscommunication, but they saved themselves for a few moments. So for Nauset, this is Morgan to serve. Warriors with a 20-17 lead here in the second set. Back line, it's Cranston. Tortorova will bump it over. Saved there by Brand. And bumped over that time by Richards. Another opportunity here for the Warriors. Sent over by Kelsey. Good dig by Tortorova, but Pearl just couldn't come up with it. And another point goes the way of Nauset, and they now have a 21-17 lead. Morgan to serve once again for the Warriors. Tortorova from the back line to Pearl. Spike opportunity there for Vizioli. Good dig right there by Morgan. Nauset can't control though, and the Warriors get the Whalers rather get the point. Boskova checks out. Tortorova to serve for Nantucket. Nauset with the opportunity here. Tapped into the net as McWilliams couldn't get it over. And the Whalers get the point. Nauset 21, Nantucket 19. Whalers won the first set 27-25. First team to win 3 sets wins the match. Victoria Tortorova gets the okay to serve once again. Her team trailing 21-19, hits it into the net. So the point goes to Nauset, and the Warriors regain the serve, and they have a 22-19 lead. Stella Smith checks out. Faye Adams subs in for Nauset. Here's Olivia Richards, the senior, with the jump serve. To the back line to Cranston. To Pearl. And a whistle, as they'll say that Pearl carried it. And so 23-19, Warriors with the lead, and Richards with the jump serve opportunity again for Nauset. Sent over by Crowley. Nauset with the spike opportunity, goes off the top of the net and off of Pearl. And now it is set point for Nauset, 24-19, they lead. Richards serving for the second set here for Nauset. Pearl gets it over to Cranston, who sends it over for the Whalers. Good dig by Tortorova. And a miscommunication there between Crowley and Pearl. And that leads to the set point for Nauset, 25-19. The Warriors grab set number 2. So we're all even at 1 set apiece here in the best of 5. Third set coming your way from Nantucket right after these words. You're watching Whalers Girls Volleyball here on the NSC and NCTV.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Myrick O'Connell, attorney at law, providing legal services for Massachusetts residents for over a century. Learn more at myrickoconnell.com.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for 3. Got it! Huge shot from Cup.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in, and being part of a team.
Back here at John J. O'Neill Gymnasium at Nantucket High School. Tied at 1 set apiece as we head to set number 3 between Nauset and your Nantucket Whalers. Whalers won the first set 27-25. Nauset took the second set 25-19. Best of 5 as we are knotted up at 1 apiece. I'd like to thank today's sponsors of the match, including the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, Highline Cruises, Myrick O'Connell Attorneys at Law, The Chicken Box. And a reminder, Max Stone performing live at the Chicken Box this Friday and Saturday night around 10:30. Tom Hanlon Landscaping, also the Community Foundation for Nantucket, Fisher Real Estate, and the Cape Cod 5 Foundation. If you would like to be a part of the NSC or sponsor any of these games or matches on NCTV, please reach out to Charles at rnctv.org, or you can give NCTV a call at 508-901-5499. That's 508-901-5499, or go online to rnctv.org. Nauset will serve to start this third set. They are in the black and gold jerseys, Nantucket in the white and blue jerseys, as the Warriors pick up the first point here in the third set, and they have a 1-0 lead. I'm DC Collins. Thanks for joining us, along with Charles Douglas, who has made his way over to the Fairgrounds Road Complex for the select board meeting tonight, starting at 5:30 on Comcast Channel 8. Sean Davis, our producer today, also with Olivia Nascimento and Chloe Remick. Colby Lucas will be on the call tomorrow for girls volleyball here on NSC and NCTV. And Chris Morris and Dick Herman will have the call tomorrow for Nantucket Whalers football at 5:30 from Vito Capizzo Stadium on NCTV Comcast Channel 1072. 2-0 to score here in the third set. Warriors on top of the Whalers. We are tied at 1 set apiece in the best of 5. Here's Sophia Quinton to serve. Pearl bumps it over for Nantucket. Quinton comes up from the back line, and a miscommunication there as it's tapped away by Richards and falls to the court. And so Nantucket sees their first point of the third set. They trail 2-1. Vizioli steps out, and Silva back in. Silva to serve. To the back line. Hard spike right there, but a bit too far. Too much mustard on it from Kelsey. So Nantucket picks up the point, and we are tied at 2. Silva to serve once again for the Whalers. Set up there by Richards. Another spike opportunity by Brand. Good dig there by Cranston. On the Nauset side, tapped over with the left hand by Adams. Here's Pearl with the set. Trying for Cranston. Tapped over, and Richards just got a left hand on it. Was expecting Brand to come over, couldn't do so. And the ball falls to the court. So a 3-2 lead for the Whalers here in set number 3. We're tied at 1 set apiece. This is Silva to serve once again. And that one goes a few inches too long, out of bounds. And so Nauset picks up the point and the serve as we're tied at 3. Nauset on the left-hand side of your screen, Nantucket on the right-hand side of your screen. Thanks for joining us here on NCTV, the Nantucket Sports Connection, Comcast Channel 1072 here this afternoon. This girls volleyball matchup. Todorova taps it over. Good dig right there as Kelsey hit the floor. Here's Pearl. Taps it over to Crowley. Crowley gets it over the net for Nantucket. And off the backhand is Adams. The set was behind her. Couldn't reach back far enough. So Nantucket picks up the point, and now it's a 4-3 lead for the Whalers. And they get the serve as Crowley will head to the back line. This one bumped over but out of bounds by Brand. So the Whalers with another point and a 5-3 lead. Leah Crowley, the senior. That goes to the back line. Sent over by Brand. Pearl with the set, looking for Cranston. Cranston with some mustard on that one. Saved, though, by Nauset. They hit it to the back. Crowley saves it for Nantucket, and a whistle. Double hit, though. And so Nauset will pick up the point. Now they trail 5-4. Adams comes out for Nauset, and Smith back in. Crowley checks out for Nantucket. 5-4 lead for the Whalers here in the third set. We're all tied up at a set apiece. Smith, number 8 for Nauset, the junior to serve from the back line with the jump serve. Pearl over to Cranston. Cranston just taps it over. That one hit into the net by Nauset and falls to the ground. So a 6-4 lead for Nantucket. Pyers in, Gonzalez out. Lyric Pearl, the senior, to serve for Nantucket. Whalers up 6-4. Just barely over the net. That confused Cranston. Tried to wait for the carom, and it hit off the top of the net and hit her in the face. And so Nauset with a fortunate bounce there, they get the point. McWilliams out and Quinton in. This is Brand for Nauset. Todorova bumps from the back line. Pushed over there by Pyers. Lyric Pearl gets Cranston, and Cranston gets it over. I'm sorry, that is not Cranston, that's Crowley. And so Nantucket will get the point right there. Actually, that is Boskova playing in the front line for Nantucket. So the Whalers up 7-5 here in set number 3. They took the first set 27-25. Nauset took the second set 25-19. Quinton with the spike, and that just clicks the end of the end line. And so Nauset with a point, and they draw to within 1, 7-6. Here's Morgan to serve for the Warriors. Goes off the side of her hand, and miss hit right there. Fortunate bounce for Nantucket. So the Whalers up now 8-6. Boskova out, Crowley back in. Todorova to serve for Nantucket. To the back line, that's Morgan. Set up the spike for Kelsey. Dug out by Nantucket. Todorova gets it over on the second hit. Quinton sends it over to the Whalers side. Deflects off of a Whaler and out of bounds. So Nauset with the point. Adams in and Smith out for the Warriors. Jump serve from Richards. Pearl sets it up there for Crowley, gets it over for the Whalers. Quinton now at the spike. Cranston saves it and pushed over that time by Crowley instead of a set straight up. So we're tied at 8 here in set number 3. Olivia Richards with the jump serve again for the Warriors. Cranston stops it at the back line. Crowley hits it over. Goes off the side of Morgan. Nauset sends it over, but out of bounds as Quinton mishit it. So the Whalers now back on top 9-8 here in this third set. Gonzalez back in to serve as Pyers steps to the bench for the Whalers. And a miss hit there by Quinton off the side of her fists. And so Nantucket with a 2-point lead, 10-8. Magdalis Gonzalez to serve once again for Nantucket. To the back line, hit high in the air by Richards, over to Adams. Adams got blocked by Crowley, but it goes off of Crowley's hands and out of bounds. So the Nauset Warriors will pick up the point and regain control of the serve. Here's the sophomore, Sophia Quinton for Nauset. Surveys the scene just a bit. Gets the okay from the official. Jump serve by Quinton. Cordova tried to dig it out, but it goes off of her and out of bounds, so now we're tied up at 10. Nantucket won the first set 27-25. Nauset took the second set 25-19. We are tied at 10 here in the third set. First team to 3 sets wins the match. Quinton with a serve that goes into the net, and the Whalers now back on top 11-10. McWilliams back in. Quinton steps out. This is Silva to serve for Nantucket. Back line hit up there by Brand. They try to set up Kelsey. She spikes it home. It's deflected by Nantucket. And so the Warriors grab another point. Annika Valley checks back in as Morgan goes to the bench. Here's the serve attempt by Kelsey. Todorova bumps it from the back line. Up to Pearl. Cranston with a spike attempt, but she's blocked at the net. And so Nauset will get another point. 12-11 Warriors leading here in set number 3. Hit by Cranston, bumped over there by Crowley. Richards with a high set, bumped over by Brand for Nauset. Here's Pearl trying to set up Crowley, who just taps it over. Back over the net, Crowley tries to go long with it. Crowley at the net, did she touch it? Yes. And so unfortunately, Nauset will get the point. 13-11 Warriors on top here in set number 3. Pearl sets it to Crowley, and Pearl carried it. So now the Warriors rattle off a few more points, and Michaela Lyons has seen enough for now, and will call Nantucket's timeout. 14-11, Nauset on top here in set number 3. Nantucket took the first set 27-25. Nauset took the second set 25-19. I'd like to thank the sponsors of today's broadcast once again on the NSC and NCTV and Comcast Channel 1072. They do include the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation. Highline Cruises, also Myrick O'Connell, attorneys at law. The Chicken Box. Max Stone will be performing live at the Chicken Box this Friday and Saturday evening around 10:30. Tom Hanlon Landscaping Community Foundation for Nantucket. Also Fisher Real Estate and Cape Cod 5 Foundation. More girls volleyball tomorrow here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection. Colby Lucas will have the call starting around 4:15 here on the NSC and NCTV and Comcast Channel 8. High school football tomorrow. DY comes to the Island Dolphins, take on the Whalers from Vito Capizzo Stadium. Kickoff scheduled for 5:30 tomorrow here on the NSC, NCTV, and Comcast Channel 1072. So after the timeout called by the Whalers, they get the point. Diving opportunity right there by Kelsey, but she couldn't catch up to it. And so the Whalers back on the board. They trail 14-12. Nantucket with a 2-10 overall record, 0-6 in league play. Nauset comes in with a 6-8 record, 1-4 in league play. Crowley with the serve for the Whalers, gets it over. Bumped back over by Brand. Pearl trying to set up Cranston. She does, and a great job by Cranston to hit the end line. Keeps it in bounds. And the Whalers with another point now, trailing by 1, 14-13. Crowley with the ace. Miscommunication there between Adams and Morgan. And it drops in. And so now we're tied at 14. Crowley with the serve. High in the air. Here's a spike by Brand. Good dig right there by Nantucket. That was Gonzalez. And the third hit does not make it across, though. And so Nauset picks up the point, and they regain the lead 15-14. Adams out and Smith back in. Stella Smith to serve. Goes off of Gonzalez and hits the support beam for the basketball net. And so Nauset with another point, 16-14. Smith to serve it. Jump serve, Cranston hits it there for Nantucket. Gonzalez will send it over the net. Opportunity here for the Warriors. Spike opportunity, but right into the net was Brand. I'm not sure, but Boskova, who just checked in, might have gotten a piece of that. And so Nantucket gets the serve and the point as Gonzalez checks out and Julie Pyers checks back in for the Whalers. Here's Lyric Pearl to serve for Nantucket. Tapped over that time by Valley. Todorova comes over, sent over by Cranston. Right at the net, and Richards sends it over. Miss hit by Nantucket, and so Nauset collects the point. Lexi McWilliams out, and Sophia Quinton back in. Here's Brand serving for Nauset. Pearl sets it high in the air. Spike opportunity there for Pyers. And that one is a bit too far. So Nauset will get the point. And Brand to serve once again. 18-15 Warriors here in set number 3. Tapped over by Cranston, but couldn't get it over the net. And so Nauset with another point. Kayla Lyons, the coach for Nantucket, trying to encourage her team right now. Brand to serve. Back line. Pearl now with it. Todorova has to step up and bump it over. Bump towards the net. Spike opportunity there. Good block. That time by Boskova. And too many hits on the Nauset side, so the Whalers regain the serve and also grab the point. Silva checks out. Vizioli checks back in for the Whalers, and Cranston to serve for Nantucket. Far side. That is Quinton with it. Pearl puts it over for Nantucket. Another opportunity here for Valley. And that one goes off the hands of Pearl and out of bounds. And so now Nauset with the point as Valley comes out and Quinton comes back in and Kelsey in as well. This is Morgan to serve. Todorova bumps it over. Spike opportunity for Kelsey. And she gets it in. And so Nauset with another point. 21-16 Warriors here in the third set. Nantucket took the first set 27-25. Nauset took the second set 25-19. Pearl gets it over, rejected. Todorova right there for the Whalers. Tapped over that time by Kelsey. Play still alive. Set up by Richards. Sent to the far side, but out of bounds as Kelsey hit it too far. Crowley in and Boskova out for the Whalers. They trail 21-17. To the back line, that's Morgan. Kelsey taps it over. Cranston there for Nantucket, sent over by Pearl for the Whalers. Quinton now will tap it over. Pearl with the save. Cranston steps through and sends it over for the Whalers. Cranston sends it back over once again, tapped around by Kelsey. Cranston sends it far and out of bounds, and so the point goes to the Warriors. Good rally right there by both teams. Substitution now for Nauset as Smith checks out. Richards will serve for Nauset with the jump serve. Her team up 22-17. Here's Nauset with the opportunity. Todorova with the save. Gets it right to the net, but with the height, Adams sends it back down. And Nauset with the point. They lead 23-17. Richards again to serve. The jump serve gets over. Cranston there to bump it to Pearl. Spike opportunity that time by Vizioli. Substitution now for Nantucket. Gonzalez in, Pyers out. Whalers have to rattle off a few right here to get back in it. They trail 23-18 here in the third set. Tied at one set apiece. Gonzalez to serve and sends that out of bounds, and so it's set point here for the Warriors. Here in set number 3, they lead 24-18. This is Quinton serving for the set for Nauset. And the ace secures the third set for Nauset, 25-18. So the Warriors with a 2-1 lead here in the best of 5 as they take set number 3, 25-18. Nantucket won the first set, 27-25. Nauset comes back and they've won the last two, 25-19 in the second set and 25-18 here in the third set. We will take a timeout and be back with set number 4 here from Nantucket. Right after these words, you're watching Nantucket Whalers Girls Volleyball here on the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSE provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Myrick O'Connell, attorney at law, providing legal services for Massachusetts residents for over a century. Learn more at myrickoconnell.com.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis Over to Aguilar. He'll look for three. Got it! Huge shot from Cup.
Back here at John J. O'Neill Gymnasium on Nantucket. Whalers need to win this set to stay alive. They trail 2-1 to Nauset. Nantucket won the first set 27-25. Nauset took the second set 25-19. And a moment ago, Nauset won the third set 25-18. Nauset wins the next set. They will win the match. As Nantucket will be on the left-hand side of your screen for set number 4. Nauset on the right-hand side of your screen. Thanks to today's sponsors here on the Nantucket Sports Connection NCTV. They include the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, also Highline Cruises, Myrick O'Connell, attorneys at law, also the Chicken Box. You can check out Max Tone playing at the Chicken Box this Friday and Saturday night, starting at approximately 10:30. Tom Hanlon Landscaping, Community Foundation for Nantucket, also Fisher Real Estate and Cape Cod 5 Foundation. I'm DC Collins. Thanks to our executive producer, Charles Douglas. Sean Davis producing today's match here on the NSC and NCTV. Also thanks to Olivia Nascimento and Chloe Remick helping out with today's broadcast. Tomorrow we've got more girls volleyball as the Whalers will take on Cape Cod Academy at approximately 4:15 in the afternoon. Colby Lucas will have the call of that match. And we've got high school football tomorrow for you here on the NSC and NCTV as the Whalers will host the Dennis Yarmouth Dolphins. Kickoff at Vito Capizzo Stadium, 5:30 tomorrow here on NSC and NCTV and Comcast Channel 1072. First point of the fourth set belongs to Nantucket. Gonzalez with the serve. Again, Nantucket needs to win this fourth set to force a fifth and final set as the serve from Gonzalez goes out of bounds. And so we are tied at 1. Whalers 2-10 overall, 0-6 in league play. They are still alive, though, for a playoff spot. Nauset 6-8 overall, 1-4 in league play. This is Quinton to serve. Gets it right into the net, so Nantucket gets the serve back. It picks up a point. And so it's 2-1 Whalers. Silva back in as Visioli will come out. Also, McWilliams will check back in, this time for Sophia Quinton for Nauset. Here's Silva to serve. To Morgan. Spike opportunity there by Brand, but a great block by the Whalers as they get the point. Rejected there by Crowley. 3-1 Whalers, fourth set. Silva to serve again for Nantucket. Goes to the back line to Morgan. Opportunity here for Brand, just taps it over. Cranston dives for it and can't come up with it. Might have scraped her knee on the court a little bit as she hit the deck hard. Good effort, though, by Rihanna Cranston, number 4 for Nantucket. But the Warriors get the point, and they get the serve once again. Kelsey will do the honors for Nauset. Her team trailing 3-2 here in set number 4. Pearl. Crowley hits it to the back line, and a miss hit there by Kelsey. So the Whalers grab the point. They're up 4-2, and will serve once again. Todorova out, Boskova back in. Leah Crowley, the senior, to serve for the Whalers on the left-hand side of your screen. Cranston to Pearl as they try to set up Boskova, just taps it over. Yingling seeing her first action in the front line, and a whistle and violation against Nantucket. Violet Yingling, the sophomore, wearing number 33 for Nauset. She will come out. And Smith will go back in. 4-3 Whalers in the fourth set. Nantucket won the first set, 27-25. Nauset won set number 2, 25-19. And Nauset won the third set, 25-18. This is Smith with it. Smith to serve for the Warriors. Pearl trying to set up Boskova, rejected at the net, and a miscommunication there between Pearl and Gonzalez. And so Nauset with another point as we're tied up at 4. First team to 25 will win the set. If it's Nauset, they'll win the match. If it's Nantucket, Whalers will force a fifth and decisive set. As that serve goes into the net from Smith. So the Whalers get the .54. Pyers back in for the Whalers. Gonzalez steps out. And an ace from Pearl. Hit it in between the front and back lines. And so Nantucket up by 2, 6-4. Pearl with a rainbow serve. Also trying for the spike. That goes right into the net, though, as Brand couldn't get high enough. And so the Whalers on top 7-4 right now. Crowd filing in from outside as Pearl with a miss hit. Didn't look like she was ready for that serve. Hit it into the net. And so Nauset gets the point and regains the control of serve. Quinton checks back in. Lexi McWilliams checks back out for Nauset. They trail 7-5 here in the fourth set, but lead 2-1 in the best of 5. And they'll say a violation as Pearl carried it. So 7-6 now, the lead trimmed to 1 for Nantucket. This is Carly Brand to serve for the Warriors. Barely makes it over the net. Boskova wasn't prepared for it. Tordova came flying in. But the ricochet off the top of the net falls to the court. And so now we're all tied up at 7 apiece. Brand to serve once again for Nauset. Cranston with a high bump. Tapped over that time by Pyers. Opportunity here for Nauset. Back line sending it over is Morgan, but out of bounds. And Nantucket jumps back up in the lead, 8-7. Another substitution here as Silva comes out. And Vizioli goes back in for the Whalers. Cranston to serve for Nantucket. Bumped over there by Quinton. Tordova for Nantucket from the back line. Here's Cranston with a spike from the back line. And that one, Richards can't control it. Goes out of bounds. Whalers up 9-7. Whalers need a bit of a rally like they showed towards the end of that first set to win it. This is Rihanna Cranston. To the back line. Tapped over there by Valley. Pearl has it. Boskova will just shove it over. Hit high in the air by Smith. Cranston saves it for Nantucket. To Pearl. That time to Pyers. Quinton. Saved by Cranston. Tapped over. Someone was in the net. And let's see. They'll award it to Nantucket as they'll say that Valley, number 3 for Nauset, tapped the net. So the Whalers up 10-7. And the slow trickling crowd that's made their way here to O'Neill Gymnasium trying to rally the troops for the Whalers. And they do so. A collision there between Richards and Morgan. Both ladies are okay. Looked like Valley was in there as well. But Nantucket rattling off a few extra points. 11-7 Whalers here in the fourth set. Whalers trail 2-1 in the best of 5. Nantucket won the first set 27-25. Nauset won the second set 25-19 and the third set 25-18. Brianna Cranston for Nantucket to serve. Tapped high in the air, and it looked like Boskova got a piece of it. Pearl came flying in, but it hits the court, and so the point awarded to Nauset. Morgan to serve now for the Warriors. Todorova bumps it up to Pearl. Boskova tapped around. Cranston bumps it over. Tapped back over by Kelsey. Nantucket still with the play on it. Cranston bumps it over but out of bounds, and so Nauset collects the point. Whalers 11, Warriors 9 here in the fourth set. This one sent long. Tordova, though, tries to bump it. She does, but neither Pearl nor Vizioli could make contact with it. And so Nauset gets another point. They trail 11-10. Morgan serves again. Sent back over, bumped in the air by Morgan. Sent over that time by Kelsey. And good placement right there, as now we're tied at 11 as the Warriors pick up the point. Morgan sends it long, out of bounds. So Nantucket grabs the serve. Leah Crowley will check back in. Victoria Boskova heads to the bench for the Whalers. Nantucket leads by 1, 12-11 here in the fourth set. They trail 2-1. Quinton with the spike. That one too long. And Nantucket now goes up by 2, 13-11. Good save right there by Morgan. Bumped over by Vizioli. Nauset with the opportunity here. That one sent in by Kelsey. Great placement by Kelsey to the near side of the court, right in the corner. And so Nauset picks up the point, and the Warriors now trail 13-12. Smith out, and Violet Yingling, the sophomore, checks in for Nauset. Richards to serve. Cranston bumps it over. Nauset looking for the spike. And they get it as Kelsey got it. Boskova tried to block her. Or I'm sorry, that's Crowley that tried to block her for Nantucket. But it hits the court, and now we're tied at 13. Richards with the jump serve for Nauset. Todorova with the bump to Pearl. Far side. Good job by Vizioli to get it over. This one sent long. Todorova, though, plays it. Cranston now will just have to tap it over. Good dig right there by Morgan for Nauset. Morgan with the bump again. Quinton taps it over. Pyers hits it high in the air. Now tapped over by Vizioli. Richards trying to set Quinton up again. Cranston saves it, but nobody there for Nantucket. And now Nauset takes the lead, 14-13, and that will have Coach Michaela Lyons for Nantucket call a timeout here in the fourth set. 14-13, Nauset with the lead and the serve. They lead 2-1 here on Nantucket. I want to thank the sponsors once again for this broadcast on the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV. They do include the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, Highline Cruises, Myrick O'Connell, Attorneys at Law, the Chicken Box, where Max Stone is scheduled to perform this Friday and Saturday at 10:30. Tom Hanlon Landscaping, Community Foundation for Nantucket, Fisher Real Estate, and also the Cape Cod 5 Foundation. I'm DC Collins. Thanks to our executive producer, Charles Douglas. Producing today is Sean Davis. On the camera this afternoon, Olivia Nascimento and also Chloe Remick. Tomorrow we've got girls volleyball at approximately 4:15 here on the NSC and NCTV and Comcast Channel 8. Colby Lucas will have the call as Nantucket will host Cape Cod Academy. We also have high school football for you tomorrow on the NSC and NCTV and YouTube and Comcast Channel 1072. 5:30 the scheduled kickoff at Vito Capizzo Stadium. The DY Dolphins come to town to take on the Whalers. 5:30 tomorrow here on the NSC and NCTV. Serve goes into the net, saved by Nantucket. They get the point. Nauset with the opportunity to close it out if they win this fourth set. Nantucket won the first set 27-25. Nauset won the second set 25-19 and the third set 25-18. We're tied up at 14 as Gonzalez serves it for the Whalers. First one to 25 will win the set. That one hit into the net by Yingling, a miss hit there. And the Whalers regain the lead 15-14. Here's Gonzalez for Nantucket. Bump back over by Quinton. Tordova steps up to bump it over for Nantucket. And that one bounced around and falls to the court. Nantucket now up by 2, 16-14. This is Gonzalez once again. And again a miss hit. Goes off the hands of Brand. Nantucket with a bit of a rally here. They're up 17-14. Back line to Quinton. Here's Yingling. Taps it over. Saved there by Vizioli. Nauset with an opportunity on their side. Kelsey taps it over. Spike there by Vizioli, sends it long. And so Nauset grabs the point and regains the serve as it'll be Quinton doing the honors. Whalers 17, Warriors 15. Quinton to Cranston. That time it's Crowley, and that one hits off of the support vent. Still in play, though. Pearl plays it over that time to Crowley, gets it over for Nantucket. Brand now sends it over, and Todorova wasn't ready for it. And it lands on the court, and so Nauset with another point as Nantucket's lead is trimmed to 1. 17-16, Whalers. Quinton's serve is on the line. No, it was actually out of bounds, so Nantucket will get it. Silva to serve. As checking out is Vizioli. Silva into the net, though, and so it goes right back over to Nauset. Here's the senior, number 9, Addie Kelsey for Nauset to serve. Up to Pearl. That's Crowley tapping it over. Saved by Richards. Good block right there by Crowley. Blocked again, and Nantucket with some great movement right at the net to pick up the point. Whalers 19, Warriors 17. Victoria Boskova, the sophomore, checks in for Victoria Todorova. And this is Leah Crowley, the senior, to serve for the Whalers, up 19-17. Tapped over, and does it land on the line? Yes, it does. Great placement there by Yingling. And so Nauset back to within one. Crowley checks out. Todorova right back in for the Whalers. Yingling steps out for Nauset, and Stella Smith right back in. Out of bounds on the serve, so the Whalers pick up the point and now lead 20-18. Pyers back in, and Gonzalez steps out for Nantucket. Nantucket won the first set 27-25. Nauset took the second set 25-19, and the third set 25-18. That's Pearl to serve. Goes off the hands of Smith, and the Whalers up 21-18. Lyric Pearl, the senior. Gets the okay from the official, but serves that one right into the net. Went off the side of her arm. So now Nauset with the opportunity as they crawl to within 2 points. 21-19 Whalers. Quinton in. And McWilliams checks out for Nauset. And the officials checking the score. 21-19, Nantucket with the lead. Nauset with the serve, though. This is Brand. Goes to the back line, Todorova, as Nantucket has to hurry, and they hit it out of bounds. So another point for Nauset. And now the lead is down to 1 for the Whalers. Nauset leads 2-1 in the best of 5. Nantucket with a 2-10 record coming into today's contest, 0-6 in league play. Nauset 6-8 and 1-4 in league play. Onto the Nantucket side, pushed over by Pyers. And that one hit into the net, and Nantucket gets the point. Whalers 22, Warriors 20 here in set number 4. Substitution now for the Whalers. Silva out and Vizioli back in. This is Rihanna Cranston to serve for the Whalers. Her team up by 2, 22-20. Save there by Morgan. Quinton now will tap it over. Nantucket saves it. Bumped over by Boskova. Nauset looking for the spike. That's Quinton, sends it long. And now the Whalers up 23-20. Timeout called by Nauset. Both teams have used one timeout here in the fourth set. 23-20, Whalers on top. Whalers will serve. Again, first set won by the Whalers, 27-25. Warriors won sets 2 and 3. Set 2 was 25-19 Nauset. Set 3 was 25-18 Nauset. Thanks to today's sponsors. They do include the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, Highline Cruises, also Myrick O'Connell, attorneys at law, the Chicken Box, Tom Hanlon Landscaping, Community Foundation for Nantucket, also Fisher Real Estate, and the Cape Cod 5 Foundation. I'm DC Collins. Thanks for joining us here at John J. O'Neill Gymnasium on Nantucket. Charles Douglas, our executive producer. Sean Davis, our game producer today, with help from Olivia Nascimento and Chloe Remick. Tomorrow, girls volleyball, 4:15 here on the NSC and NCTV. And then we've got high school football, DY taking on the Whalers, 5:30 for the kickoff tomorrow. Thursday edition of high school football from Vito Capizzo Stadium. Here's Cranston to serve. And Nauset can't control it, and it is set point for Nantucket. Whalers up 24-20. Set point to force a fifth and decisive final set. Cranston has it on her fingertips. Gets it over and out of bounds, and Nantucket wins the set 25-20, and we will go to a fifth and final set here on Nantucket. Tied at 2 sets apiece. Fifth set coming up next between Nauset and Nantucket. We'll bring it to you right after these words here on the NSC and NCTV.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Myrick O'Connell, attorney at law, providing legal services for Massachusetts residents for over a century. Learn more at myrickoconnell.com.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for three. Got it! Huge shot from Cup.
Back here at John J. O'Neill Gymnasium at Nantucket High School. Whalers rally back and win that fourth set 25-20. So we are tied at 2 sets apiece going into the fifth and final decisive set here at Nantucket High School. Whalers won the first set 27-25. Nauset won the second set 25-19 and the third set 25-18. Nantucket won that fourth set 25-20. So here we go. First team to 25 will win this match. Nantucket comes in with a record of 2-10 overall, 0-6 in conference play, or in league play rather. And Nauset 6-8 overall, 1-4 in league play. Nantucket still alive for a postseason berth, and a win would certainly help their chances this afternoon. As Nantucket in their white and blue uniforms on the left-hand side of your screen, Nauset in their black and gold uniforms on the right-hand side of your screen. First one to 25 will win the match. As we are just about set to go, officials checking the lineups for both teams right now. Again, want to thank today's sponsors of this match, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, Highline Cruises, Myrick O'Connell, attorneys at law, the Chicken Box, Tom Hanlon Landscaping, Community Foundation for Nantucket, Fisher Real Estate, and also the Cape Cod 5 Foundation. Starting lineups out there for both teams: Lyric Pearl, Leah Crowley, also Victoria Todorova, Rihanna Cranston, and serving is Magdalis Gonzalez. On the Nauset side, they bump it back over. Here's Pearl, trying to set up for Crowley, gets the point. Nantucket jumps out to the 1-0 lead here in set number 5. And Gonzalez wasting no time getting the ball back. Wants to keep the momentum going for Nantucket. Pretty decent crowd here at O'Neill Gym. And this one hit into the net by Richards, and it's a 2-0 lead for Nantucket. They were slowly filing in that third and fourth set, and really getting the momentum going for these ladies on the court for the Whalers. Here's Gonzalez once again. Gets it up and over. Bump there by Richards. Sent over by Quinton. Now it's Nantucket's turn. Tapped over by Visioli. Richard sets it up. Quinton with the spike to the back line. Todorova saves it there. Here's Cranston, tries the spike, but hits it into the net. And Nauset gets their first point here of the 5th set. 2-1 lead for the Whalers here in set number 5. Quinton to serve. Todorova with the bump to Pearl. Cranston hits it over for the Whalers. Now the spike opportunity for Kelsey. That deflects off a Nantucket player and falls to the court, so now we are tied at 2. Nantucket trying to communicate as to where everyone should set up for the serve. Quinton with the jump serve for Nauset. And that one goes long. Good eye by Todorova of Nantucket to let it sail over the out-of-bounds line. Substitutions now as Silva comes in. Visioli comes out for Nantucket. And McWilliams will check in for Quinton for Nauset. Nantucket leads 3-2 here in the 5th set. Silva hits the top of the net, gets the ace as the ricochet had Nauset confused, so a 4-2 lead right now for the Whalers. And Silva with another opportunity here. That one goes to the back line, and it's bumped into the seating area for Nauset. And so the Whalers with another point. 5-2. Timeout called by Nauset. And the fans cheering on Nantucket as this team is psyched up with a 5-2 lead here in the 5th set. Again, we are tied at 2 sets apiece. 5-2 Nantucket with the lead over Nauset, and they will have the serve when we come back. First timeout called by Nauset. Again, a reminder, more girls volleyball tomorrow. Colby Lucas will have the call at approximately 4:15 here on the NSC YouTube and NCTV and Comcast Channel 8. Cape Cod Academy taking on this Whalers volleyball team at 4:15 tomorrow afternoon. High school football tomorrow too. DY comes to the island. The Dolphins take on the Whalers. 5:30 p.m. with Chris Morris and Dick Herman, the entire crew on the call. That one on the NSC NCTV, and that'll be on Comcast Channel 1072. So volleyball tomorrow on Comcast Channel 8, football tomorrow at 5:30 on Comcast Channel 1072. We got you covered here on the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV. So after the timeout called by Nauset, it'll be Whalers serve. They lead Nauset 5-2 here in the 5th and final set. This is Silva to serve it. Gets it over. Bumped there by Morgan. Spike opportunity by Brandt. She just taps it over. Cranston with a good dig for Nantucket. And sent over, not over, out of bounds by Adams. And a 6-2 lead for the Whalers here in the 5th set. Silva to serve once again. And that one is knocked out by McWilliams. Crowd getting louder as Nantucket rattles off 4 points in a row. 7-2 Whalers. This is Mariana Silva to serve once again. And that one is just a bit long. So Nauset with a chance to squelch the crowd here. Try to get back into this one. Here's Kelsey to serve it. Todorova with the bump to Pearl. Tapped over by Crowley, out of bounds, a bit too far. Nice idea by Crowley, but a bit too much on that one. 7-4 now the score in favor of Nantucket. Kelsey to serve. Gets it over. Pearl trying to set up Crowley at the net, trying to block her as Valley, but it gets over. And Nantucket gains the point. 8-4 Whalers. And now we will switch sides here in the 5th set, as both teams will move benches as well. Nantucket 8, Nauset 4. Here in the 5th set, winner of this set will win the match. Nantucket took set number 1, 27-25. Nauset won set number 2, 25-19, and set 3, 25-18. Nantucket stormed back to take the 4th set, 25-20. And here we are, 8-4 Nantucket in the 5th set. That one tapped over. Here's Pearl with it. Trying to set up Cranston with the spike. She does. Morgan saves it though. Bumped high in the air, and here's Morgan with the bump over. To Cranston for Nantucket. To Pearl. Back to Cranston. Cranston taps it over. Oh, great placement. Richards tried to dive for it for Nauset, but couldn't control it. And Nantucket gets the point. 9-4 in the student section across the way. Student section on their feet for the Whalers. Here's Crowley with the serve. Hits the top of the net but goes over. Spike opportunity for Brand. Sends it long. Nantucket with another point. 10-4 Whalers. Nantucket bench on their feet as well. Here's Crowley. Gets it over. Miss hit there by Morgan. 11-4 Nantucket. And a timeout called by Nauset. They're trying to stop the bleeding here in the 5th set. Whalers 11, Nauset 4. Here in the 5th set, Nantucket rolling for now. And they are psyched up to our right on the bench. And the student section on their feet across the way. Whalers back in action tomorrow, as we mentioned, against Cape Cod Academy. 4:15, the scheduled start time. Kobe Lucas will have the call for you here on Nantucket, on the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV and Comcast Channel 8. High school football, DY against the Whalers from Vito Capizzo Stadium tomorrow. Thursday, 5:30 for the kickoff here on the NSC and NCTV. Nauset fans and the JV squad trying to rally their team. 11-4 Whalers, 5th set. Crowley with the serve. Hit there by Mike Williams. Saved by Brand, and Nauset can't get it over. 12-4 Whalers. We've broadcast a few of these game matches for Nantucket this season, and this is the loudest it's been for this team so far here this fall. Back row to Morgan, sent into the net. Morgan pushes it over. Crowley with the save. Cranston hits it over for Nantucket. Morgan again for Nauset. Spike attempt into the net. Brand couldn't get enough on it. 13-4 Whalers. Crowley again with the serve. Crowley gets it over the net. Hit there by Brand. Sent back over. Here's Pearl. Trying to set up the left-hander Boskova. Saved by Nantucket. Goes over to Crowley. Here's Pearl setting up Cranston. And Cranston gets it over. Another point for the Whalers. Nantucket up 14-4 here in the 5th set. Oh, they can see it. Crowley with another service opportunity here for the Whalers. Back line, that's Morgan for Nauset. Tries to get it to Adams, and Adams stops the bleeding with a great kill right there. Adams steps out, Smith back in. Nauset gets the point, but they trail 14-5 here in the 5th and decisive set. Smith to serve. Nauset needs to roll a few points in a row here. And that one in. Cranston thought it was going out, let it go instead, but it's an ace that time for Smith of Nauset. Whalers won the first set, 27-25. Nauset took the second set, 25-19, and the third set, 25-18. Whalers won the fourth set to stay alive, 25-20. Here we are in the fifth set. Nantucket 14, Nauset 6. That one is a bit too far. Todorova saw it go long. And so Nantucket picks up the point, 15-6. And so we're ready to change sides once again. Whalers win the game. I apologize. Whalers win the match 15-6 in the fifth set. So Nantucket wins it 3-2, 15-6. The Whalers win it. We'll take a break. We'll try to grab Coach Michaela Lyons to talk to her after this huge win for Nantucket. They win 3-2, 15-6 in the fifth set. We'll be back after this on the NSC and NCTV.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Myrick O'Connell, attorney at law, providing legal services for Massachusetts residents for over a century. Learn more at myrickoconnell.com.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Back here at John J. O'Neill Gymnasium on Nantucket, the Whalers girls volleyball team victorious today over Nauset. They win 3-2, won the first set 27-25, lost the second and third set 25-19, then 25-18, stormed back to win the fourth set 25-20, win the fifth set 15-6. We are with head coach Michaela Lyons.
Hey.
Deep sigh of relief right there. Let me ask you something. You win the first set, 27-25.
Yeah.
Okay. Second and third set, it's like, uh-oh.
Yes.
Fourth set, your team stormed back.
Yes.
What was the key to the fifth set? Because you guys seem to be rolling in the fifth set.
Yeah, I think the key was just the energy, and that's been something that we've been working on all year. And it's really hard, right? In a game, especially a game so short to 15, to say like, hey, we got to get ahead, stay ahead, and if something happens, like you need to keep fighting. But they wanted it. They wanted it so bad. Like we've had such a tough schedule this year. Like they just wanted the win so bad, and I didn't have to do anything. I just had to step back and let them win.
You know, on paper, it looked like you guys were going to be overmatched. This team came in with 6 wins. You guys only have 2 so far. You saw the crowd sort of file in the third and the fourth set. I guess word got around the school and the campus that, something special was happening here today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, it's been a tough season. I mean, as far as our record goes, but the thing that we've been working on is just like being able to fight, being able to push when we need to push. And this game goes to show like we're able to do that and we're able to push when we need to.
Lots of times we've seen you earlier in the season, you guys call timeout to stop the bleeding. Here it was the opposite.
Yes, it was.
Nauset's calling timeout after you guys rally off 5 or 6 points.
Yes.
What were you saying to the ladies in the huddle when the other team was calling timeout?
Listen, it's really nice to be on the other side. I'm going to tell you that. It's really nice to be on the other side. The biggest thing that I said it, just keep the energy. Keep going, but be ready for it to come back. If that ball comes back on a serve, I need you to be ready. I need you to be ready to play your game. Just be ready and keep pushing.
You guys are still eligible for a playoff berth, too, and you've got a huge matchup tomorrow against Cape Cod Academy. I obviously enjoyed this one, but what's the feeling like for the next few matches?
Yeah, I mean, if we can keep this energy and exponentially just keep going, that's exactly what we want.
Well, congratulations, Coach. Probably biggest win for you guys this season.
Yeah, my heart still hurts in the best way, yes.
All right, go celebrate with your ladies. Congratulations, and we'll be back here tomorrow to see the match against Cape Cod Academy. And that is head coach Michaela Lyons joining us spontaneously here on the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV as they pull off a huge, we can call it an upset victory. 3-2 over Nauset. Again, Nantucket won the first set 27-25, lost the second set 25-19, third set 25-18. Stormed back and won the fourth set 25-20, and then in the fifth set just dominated 15-6 to win it 3-2 over Nauset this afternoon. They'll take on Cape Cod Academy tomorrow, 4:15. We'll have it for you here on the NSC and NCTV. Kobe Lucas will have the call as Nantucket is still eligible for a playoff berth. Exciting match here on Nantucket this afternoon. It's all brought to you in part by the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, also Highline Cruises, Myrick O'Connell, attorneys at law, the Chicken Box. A reminder, Max Stone playing at the Chicken Box, scheduled to play Friday and Saturday around 10:30 in the evening. Tom Hanlon Landscaping, Community Foundation for Nantucket, Fisher Real Estate, and the Cape Cod 5 Foundation. Proud supporters of the NSC here on NCTV. So coming up tomorrow, as I mentioned, 4:15, Cape Cod Academy will take on the girls volleyball team. Scheduled for 4:15, Kobe Lucas will have the call. That game will air on YouTube, also the NSC and NCTV, and Comcast Channel 8. If you want to tune in for high school football, we've got that for you as well, as the Whalers will take on DY. The Dolphins come to the island. Kickoff from Vito Capizzo Stadium at 5:30. Chris Morris and Dick Herman will have the call. That game will be here on the NSC, NCTV, and Comcast Channel 1072. I want to thank everybody who helped out with today's production, including our executive producer, Charles Douglas. Sean Davis producing today, Olivia Nascimento, and Chloe Remick. My name is DC Collins. Huge win for the girls volleyball team for Nantucket. They win 3-2 over Nauset. We thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more Nantucket Whalers High School sports right here on the NSC and NCTV. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a great evening.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Myrick O'Connell, attorney at law, providing legal services for Massachusetts residents for over a century. Learn more at myrickoconnell.com.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.